Even after a long day at work, I still love to come home and cook, but I want it to be really fast. So this is my go-to pasta dish that is done in 15 minutes. All the ingredients that I'm going to be using here are either in my pantry, so pasta, fridge. I've always got some cream in the fridge and some pancetta, and then in the freezer, peas. Fantastic ingredients to make this creamy pasta sauce. Now, I'm going to put my pasta on first because it's going to take 8 minutes, and that gives me just enough time to make the sauce too. I'm going to use penne today, and I'm going to use about half of this pack. We'll just allow that to come back to the boil and, like I said, cook for 8 minutes. Now for the sauce, a nice big pan just like this one, a good glug of olive oil, about 1 to 2 tablespoons, and I'm going to add some garlic, so a big fat clove of garlic. Just crush it slightly and then roughly chop it. And now I'm going to add that to the oil. I'm going to turn the heat on now and just slowly bring the heat up. Now for some pancetta. I adore pancetta, bacon. All of these ingredients bring so much flavour to a simple dish. This is round pancetta, and you can see that it's marbled with a little bit of fat. Fat is flavour, especially for a pasta like this. So I'm going to separate it. I'm going to use a few slices here, cut it in half first, and then just slice it up. Now, if you don't have pancetta, bacon works, as I was saying, and also speck is another great ingredient to use as a substitute. So just dicing that, and now that can go in with our garlic. Now, the reason why we've got on a low heat also is because we want to render the fat out of the meat. By rendering that fat, it's going to flavour the oil and therefore give us a fantastic result at the end. So just separate it a little bit. And then I'm just going to turn it up ever so slightly now and then mix that together. Just use a spoon there just to separate the pancetta and then give that 1 to 2 minutes to become slightly golden and crispy. Now my pasta is almost cooked, and have a look at this pancetta. See how it's starting to go golden brown? The heat's not too hot, so the garlic hasn't burned, and then a lot of the oil has come out of that pancetta, which is going to make this sauce so good. Now it's time to add the peas. So I'm going to put the heat up to a high heat. These peas are frozen, so small baby peas, because I find them sweeter. So a few big handfuls of peas in there, and give that a really good toss and coat the peas in that pancetta oil. Oh, it smells so good already. And a really good crack of pepper. So make sure it's not too fine. You want it to be quite coarse. Perfect. That's only going to take a minute, which gives me enough time to get some cheese ready. Now, I love Parmesan cheese, and always get your Parmesan cheese in a block like this. Never get it already pre-grated. It loses a lot of its flavour. So getting a big block like this, you just have to put in a little bit of Glad wrap into the fridge and it'll last a very long time. And then getting a fine grater like this will get it absolutely perfect. Now, I'm a big lover of cheese, in particular Parmesan, so I'm going to add a good handful of cheese right at the end. So we'll just pre-grate it. That's a perfect amount. And I've also got a lemon on standby. Again, I'm going to add this at the last minute so we really taste that intense lemon flavour. If I add the lemon right now, it's going to lose a lot of its characteristics because of the heat. So last minute for the lemon. All right, we've got a good sizzle here. Those peas are warming up nicely. Now I'm going to add some cream. I'm going to use some cooking cream here. It's on a high heat, but this is okay because cooking cream won't split. So a good amount of cream in there. I'm going to swirl the pan and give that a stir and just allow that to bubble away and thicken up. And you'll see this cream will thicken up quite fast. You do want it to coat the back of your spoon. That's a good indication that it's ready. If it's too thin, what's going to happen is the pasta's not going to stick to it. We want it to stick to each individual piece of pasta because it's just going to taste better. Right, now it's time to add our pasta, and I'm going to place it straight into the sauce directly from here. It's okay if a little bit of water goes in because it's starchy water. It's actually going to help thicken the sauce too. One thing I'm not a fan of is placing the pasta into the bowl and then topping it with sauce. I find if you coat the pasta in the sauce in the pan, it's going to taste so much better. So just a quick toss, shaking the pan. I'm going to add a little bit more of that pasta. Perfect. Drain most of the water off. And now we can add our cheese. I'm just going to reserve a little bit for the topping. I've turned the heat off now. With Parmesan cheese, it is crucial to add it when it's not too hot, or else it does seize and clump up as opposed to going really glossy. Also, our lemon zest, as promised, we're going to add it right at the end. So a good amount of that. Pancetta, cream and lemon just go so well together. It also really freshens it up too. One last toss. Oh God, that looks good. And there you have it, pasta done. That is going to serve at least 3 to 4 people, depending on how hungry you are. And there's leftovers for tomorrow too. I'm gonna plate a portion up now. See, that sauce is just sticking so nicely to each piece of penne pasta, and we haven't been stingy on those peas because they are one of the main elements of this dish. That is dinner done in 15 minutes, and don't forget extra Parmesan if you're a mad cheese lover like I am.